Hello and welcome to episode 10 of our Water Beaver overhaul playthrough here in Timberborn Update for Cycle 17, Day 1. Last time, we introduced the district of Bramble Dam and started making this a semi-independent area, as well as fixed a bunch of stuff up here. And now we finally have some more water coming back in as it goes into Day 2 of this cycle, and we can fully harness the power of that for a full cycle with our new industrial area. So first things first, let's go ahead and swap our factory, hide the description, over to metal blocks, because we're going to need those today to make something new and exciting called the giant buried tank. We're going to go ahead and research. What that does is it stores 2,500 liquid of your choosing, but it's got some design limitations, and then it has to be buried in a 2-story tall 3x3 pit, or an alcove, as the little tooltip here reads. So we've got to decide where we're going to put that and blast it down with the dynamite that we have, as well as a couple of other things. We'll get to that in a minute, but we are going to need to make that. We're going to need 50 metal blocks, and we currently have 0. So I wanted to make sure that our factory was getting right on top of that super fast, because I think it's going to take most of the temperate cycle to actually produce all of that stuff. Additionally, we have some food problems. A couple of you have caught that on the last couple of episodes, and what happened was I had turned both of these primitive mines into coal producers instead of keeping one of them to make salt, because we have our rice balls here. We can't do anything with, even though we have a lot of rice. We can't make anything without the mountain salt. Well, these need the berries, which are also a little bit in short supply because of the rest of our food has been in short supply. So turning this back onto salt is going to be just fine, as well as temporarily pausing the library because they're sucking up all of our food resources doing their research. So we'll take care of that and should not have any problems. Now, also, to make our giant buried tank, we need tar. I have 34 currently, we need 80. So we're going to change our alchemist, hey Jon Snow, from making nitroglycerin back to making tar, because we have plenty of nitroglycerin and we have plenty of dynamite, at least for now, for what we are trying to do. So that should get us back on a slightly better path. And then over here in Bramble Dam, we also hardly have any food because, well, we can't do anything with the rice currently because our cooking tent is not completed because we don't have a clay pot. And you know what has to happen for us to get a clay pot? We've got to build some storage. Glorious storage, in fact. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll just plop one of these down, set it to store clay pots, and they'll build that eventually, get this hauled in place, and then we'll have a cooking tent. Currently I have it set to make a braised cabbage, which if we check here in the food menu, the braised cabbage, I believe, is just cabbage and mushrooms and some logs. We are growing mushrooms the slow way with logs and water. We don't currently have a lot of logs because, well, this whole area is kind of not set up for getting some logs. I don't even have a, what do you call it here? A lumberjack flag. So this area could really, really use one of those. And I'm going to stick it right here. All these things are marked for cutting. Do I have extra beavers? I have 1 extra beaver, so that's actually going to work. I'm glad this allows you to still operate while it's flooded. Because, yeah, that would be rough. Rough if it didn't. So other things that are contributing to not having food is we have 36 beavers here. And we really don't have very much in the way of growing at all. So we're going to go ahead and immediately expand our cabbage production area. And I'm going to have, oh, that's actually a little bit more than I thought. I'm going to extend this path out this way, just so we have that taken care of. And I'm going to plant some more cabbage up here at the top, just so we have something else to pull from. And at some point, we're going to clear the rest of this out. But for right now, I think I'll just have that set up. These trees are marked for getting removed. And our lumberjack here, hey Davey, is hard at work taking these former Everblossom trees down and harvesting the wood from that. So once that's in place, we can have this path go all the way down, put a staircase here, and then we can probably plant a bunch more rice within the range of this farmhouse and the assistant farmers who work in the loft. So that should be fine. If you remember, we also recently put this Lido in with a water dump. And that's a nice little recreation area for our beavers here. Other food options, unfortunately, are not going to really open up for a while over here because of the lack of, well, everything we have going on. So these guys are just going to have to do their best and try not to starve. But now we have clay pot storage, which means this should get imported at some point soon. And we'll see what happens. Whoever brings it up here, there's quite a bit. I do see the clay pot here, though, so that should be well on its way. And that's going to be just fine. We're still complaining about not having food here, but we do have food. They just have to eat it. It's a very slow process. And also, last episode, put in this wood felling planification log, wood felling planification lodge. Deals with logs, but it's not a log itself. Right here with all these everblossom trees. So we should be pretty good on wood acquisition for, well, the foreseeable future, at least until this grows to be a little bit bigger. So that's good to see. Our factory has produced 7 metal blocks so far, and we don't have storage, I don't think, anywhere else on the map for those. Let's just take a look, see. I gotta remember where it sticks this in this game. Yeah, there is no storage. So what we need to do is we need to make somewhere for them to get stored. And let's see, we've got spatterdock, pine resin, pine resin, pine resin. That's all fine. Of course, this has to go in a pile, which we currently don't have, but I'm going to put one right here. I know it's not where the doorway is, but that is a good spot for something. I might leave it open, though. For now, I suppose I'll just do this because it's right here. But we got to have space to store all these metal blocks, so that should be fine. All right, and also, we just have this tiny bit of scrap metal left over here, so this pile of scrap metal and this scavenger flag will be able to go away after that, and we've got a lot of space to build a whole bunch of stuff up here. Haven't quite decided what that's going to be just yet. There's infinitely many possibilities. We probably need to be making some more sawdust so we can have some more fast mushrooms and more logs for slow mushrooms, but I think that's all going to get figured out in due time. Just have to be a little bit patient and see what else there is to do. So we'll go ahead and put on that turbo mode while we're waiting for some stuff to get built and resources to get acquired. And we've got to find out a good spot to put a giant buried tank. And it takes up 3x3 worth of space, but it also has supports that go out to the side. I think if you build a path, those go away. But we do need to find a spot that's going to be ideally centrally located where beavers can have access to it and it not be an issue. There's not really very many great locations here for that, but if we unplant this... Oh, of course it barely just started growing. Well, guess what? Bye-bye. 1%. No mercy. Farewell, cabbage seed. Right here is not a bad choice. That's pretty centrally located, so what we'll do, since it's a 3x3, got to come in and we'll blast the center out too deep, and then we'll do the outside bits, because they should have no problem getting through, because, you know, they can walk under the Napoleon sign. Oh, man, that's funny. Another thing we didn't do is we did not build the White Paw Gazette, the news billboard over here in Brambledam, and we'll go ahead and have that a spot right here, since, oh, this actually probably isn't a terrible place for it, but I want to put it somewhere where it's not going to be completely in the way or completely out of the way. Yeah, how about that? Nice huge billboard right in front of the thing. But again, what that does is it gives a nice little bonus to everyone living in a certain area, and all the housing in this district is in that area, so that's fine. Oh, so now you want to play hardball now? It's flooded? But this one works? How does that work? Alright. Alright. We got some rules lawyers here in the beavers who want to work or not work in specific places. So I guess what I've got to do is just go ahead and clear out a space right here for them to go ahead and get that out of there so I can put this little lumberjack flag back in. So now we gotta wait. We'll just stay right here because I know those brambles are going to get in here as soon as physically possible. I've already got it selected to just plop down immediately, and hopefully that will work. Just gotta wait. I don't know how long it's going to take this guy to get that done. Yeah, there's that screenshot. There we go. Alright. Problem solved. So now we could just move that along. Cabbages planting. Has our food problem gotten solved? No. But at least we have our cooking tent making braised cabbage. Well, once we have mushrooms in place, which are currently 82, 83% done. So we'll have those in another day or two. It should be tomorrow in-game. Courtesy of Monroe Stupendo over here. And of course, kimchi is being brewed, well, was being brewed before we ran out of cabbages. But this should help substantially once that's all taken care of. Now, how are we looking on metal blocks? We have 20, looks like, so that's good progress. Do we have this in place? We sure do. Alright, one more. And while they're placing that, I'll go ahead and put these other 8 in place. We can set these off at different times. But I figured this would be a good spot for it because pretty much all the beavers are going to walk by here at least a little bit. And I'm probably going to have the doorway facing here, I think. Might be a smart idea. We'll see. Not completely married to it. I might actually put it here instead. Just got to be able to figure out a spot that's going to work nicely. Oh, I've got some places to plant some more cabbage. How about right there? Okay, that works. And we have land up here we can also be planting in. Our wood felling planification lodge probably doesn't need to be here, in all honesty, because we're not really cutting these trees down. These are for pine resin. So, if we get rid of that guy, pine resin is already stored up here, but that's full, so there's not really any reason to get rid of this. We just might want to eventually move it somewhere else. And for the time being, we're going to want cabbages, and we're going to want some more sunflower seeds. I had already been planting a lot of this as cabbages, but if we go ahead and move up here, have those be cabbages, I could probably take some of this away and turn it into sunflower seeds. Just try to get a little bit more in that regard. We'll let these finish growing and then we'll replant them as sunflower seeds. Every little bit helps. Now let's see, we're up to 26. We're on day 5, so that's looking good. Just got to get the rest of this taken care of. Nobody walk in front of this, please. Alright, good. Nobody died. And we'll stick these in here. Ah, they can't reach this one. Why is that? Is that because we have berry storage? Well, guess what's going away? That. We can do something better than that. In fact, this crappy warehouse right here, it's full of pine resin. Can this store any? Okay, that's also full. We don't really need so much pine resin, but we have the technology now to build large warehouses if we felt so inclined to use the scaffolding that is such a huge pain to make. Kind of don't want to. So I think what I will do instead is I'm going to build another warehouse here for pine resin. If I can remember where it is. That's the problem playing 3 different versions of the game. There we go. So that could be pine resin. And this instead right here can get removed. And we'll put the, I guess we can call it a crappy warehouse. Or actually, I can just put the medium one back in. But I do need to have that taken care of. Yeah, we'll put the medium warehouse for berries back in right here. And where's the... There we go. Yeah, we just have to have enough food available so the beavers don't eat the berries that we need to do other stuff with. Well, to make other food besides just raw berries. Why are they not planting... Why are they not planting the cabbage here? They just not had time to? Or is that not going to grow for some reason? I feel like it shouldn't matter. Alright, anyway, this is done. So now we have our 2 deep hole. Come over here into our storage. We've already researched. And then all we gotta do is... this is gonna boom me, isn't it? Oh, you dogs. Napoleon. You let me down, man. You let me down. Okay. I can't put it there either. Are you serious? My God, man. I made this giant hole, and all I got for it was grief from a 5'6" Frenchman. All right. What am I supposed to do with this now? How big is that? How big is that pit and ladder lodge? Okay. Oh, I guess that would fit there. Huh. So it's not going to care, huh? Well, if I did that, I could get rid of some of these other houses, but I kind of don't want to do that. 2-story watertight lodge, that would actually work there. 1 hauler there, okay. Alright, so they forced my hand here to put these things in place, which actually is not a bad thing to put it. Now I got to make another hole for this this stupid thing. Ah, man, I tried it over here in preparation for this episode, and I forgot that this area wasn't going to have quite so much to do with it. But what we can do is we can move our district center on top of this, because this allows us to stack. So that's a fun possibility we can run into. Just have to figure out exactly how this is going to go on top of here. Right here is probably not the worst. Probably not the worst. Okay, we could put a bunch of haulers in this thing. Tower segments. There we go. That's what I wanted. 2 haulers, huh? All right. Well, guess what? Guess what? Oh, that's also no doors. So does that mean I can put one of these down here? I have not messed with this at all. I am sorry. Oh, ha 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 ha. All right. There's your answer, folks. Please do not crash on me. Thank you. Yeah. There's your money right there. 2 haulers apiece, which means this can go away and we'll have 4 haulers instead in the same amount of space. And then on top of that, I probably do have to either put the 4-way district center or something else. But if I put this here, then I might get a little bit more spots to grow cabbage, or maybe I just, kind of give up on that and just say deal with it. So I either have to put the 4-way district center or the pit and ladder lodge, the regular one, on top of this to make sure that, they can have access to it. This one only employs 1 hauler, and the people also live in the 4-way district center. Well, now I'm curious. Now I'm curious, because I know this is pretty much infinitely stackable. Oh, these also hold 6 inhabitants. I may have made a mistake. Maybe just a tiny mistake. Okay, I already have the stuff out of the district center, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to delete it. Is that under basic village structures for district center? Yep. Yep, so I have to delete the paths when I build this, but we can actually build that. So I guess that's what we'll just hold on and wait for, see what happens there. Hopefully nothing completely stupid insane happens. All right, this guy's done. So go do something else. Let me click on this. I want to click on the building, not the beaver. All right, that's gone. Now this guy doesn't have to come over there. Instead, I can come over here and grab it that way. And, oh man, mines on this thing are going to be just absolutely bonkers, because look at this. It's like a hole in the earth, and you can see little little levels down there. That's actually a really cool change to the asset that isn't present in the base game. So you have the medium mine, and then you have... where was that thing? Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here was one of those giant buried mines. I don't remember where. Elevator to the abyss. That's what it was. Yep, needs the giant sequoia logs. Sequoia cradle, etc. Yeah, so that's really far away. We'll just say that. Alright, so this seems to be working. I'm going to delete that 2-story watertight lodge. That can go bye-bye. And then these guys can live here instead. So, now what we get to do, the fun problem is going to be, well, we actually don't have to move the district center yet, but this building is here, and we can just go ahead and, you know, attach it for attachment's sake, and not worry about that later. All right, I was going to make this into sunflowers. That's what I was going to do. I don't know why they haven't planted this yet, because it's clearly in range. Ah, this one's set to harvest. So is that one. I'm going to have this one set to plant. I don't think it really matters that much. But food-wise, starting to recover. We have the berry rice balls. We've got salt ones. We've got some other things. We just kind of have to catch things up. I know we have almost 200 beavers. This district has about 150. Over here in Bramble Dam, how are things looking? Okay, we're getting a little bit of food. It's mostly, what is this? Braised cabbage? Well, that's working at least. So that's progress. Mushroom-wise, looks like we got a little bit going on. Probably could use another couple of those, but for right now, this seems to be working just fine. I'm going to have this one set to just prioritize harvesting so they can get those. But that's working. We're cutting down trees, and I'm sure that in no amount of time this will be completely inundated with the brambles once again. But at least we have brambles. We have the ability to take care of that. I still don't have an idea where I want to put all this water. Oh, man. Oh, that really irritated me, blasting this out and then not being able to use it. So we got to find a more isolated spot. I was trying to avoid building it, you know, everywhere. But I suppose I will just go back to the same place that I had this set up before. Except I might move it over one more. Or actually, that, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to have to have, yeah, I'm going to have it here, blasted down, and then, yeah, I need to be able to build around it. Because it seems to be a little temperamental. But that's going to have a lot of storage capacity for us, and we'll be able to store, well, a lot of water. Which hopefully will allow us to get rid of some of these tiny tanks, because those aren't very efficient. Alright. Blast this thing out, put that down, get this thing rocking and rolling, and then all we gotta do is come in with our giant buried tank and plop it in there. We have 11 unemployed beavers? We have 9 unemployed beavers? Really? Well, it's probably because I shut the library down because people were eating too much food. Handicrafter's Lodge. Are we fully employing here? In here? Looks like we are. Everything else seems to be fully staffed, right? I don't really see any other place for beavers to go. I guess we could, you know, check the thing we're actually supposed to use. See who else is not working here. Library, of course, is paused. We already knew that. It seems like everything is pretty much maxed out, which I guess is a good problem to have. But the other issue with that is now I've got to find something for these guys to do. Because we don't have stable enough food to turn the library back on. Even though this says almost 200, we have 150 some beavers, so we definitely don't want to be messing with that. Alright, so that's going to be done there. And we'll finish this out. We do still have another couple days before the drought, so if we can get this figured out to the point where we can have that giant tank being filled, we're going to be in good shape. We have storage right now for 1640. We're occupying at just over 1100. So the pumpers at least have something they can be doing. Oh, these aren't prioritized by haulers. Yeah, I've said it a couple times, but I really feel like the hauling aspect of Timberborn really needs some help. Because it's either binary on or off, and that is not really a great system, because there's different priorities of things that I'd like to be able to focus on. Can't always make that happen, though. Alright, where's these last two? There we go. Finish those things up, and we'll set this off. Alright, and in we come with the giant buried tank. Beautiful, that actually works. Now, yeah, see, this doesn't let me build paths around this, so that's why I offset it like that. But that's going to be great, because now we have a giant place to put water. I can set that to obtain. I can set this, well, this already was set to supply, but these tiny ones can go away. So that will work out just fine. Yeah, so we'll see how long it takes them to build this thing. We should have most of the resources already. In fact, let's give it a check here. Metal, yeah, we have 50, and that was actually the total capacity of all of our storage we built, so that worked out well. Gears, we have gears, metal fasteners. We don't quite have 100, but we do have our Primitive Ironworks currently making them. Just don't have any scrap metal because, well, all of it's gone except for what's over here. No goods in stock, no goods in stock. Okay. Well, no surprise there. We'll make it happen. That's strange. So I placed it in the pit. You click on the pit and it shows correctly, but if you click out of that, the construction's actually shifted 1 block over and 2 blocks this way. Very strange. Very, very strange. But as long as it gets built in the right spot, I don't really care. How are we looking over here in Bramble Dam? Looks like we've got the food situation slowly coming under control. Water, we're looking okay. Everything else stocked up is... It's alright. Could be better, but definitely is okay the way it is now. I'm hesitant to add anything else to do down here because I think that's just going to cause some more beavers to exist that we don't necessarily want. But I do think we could do some more mushrooms, so I'm going to go ahead and... that's the wrong button. There we go. I'm going to mark these trees for cutting, and I don't think this guy can reach any of that. Definitely can't. So we'll put out a lumberjack flag. And then once that's done, I'll put in a couple more of these guys right here with the... where's the mushroom? There we go, mushroom grower. I'll put one right here to start. Set that to slow mushroom growth also. Because I think they're going to go through a whole lot of mushrooms making the braised cabbage. And other things that we could get to eventually. Oh, cool. Looks like our kimchi is actually in the process of working again as well, which is excellent news. Is there any more path I can add in here? Nope. Eventually, though, we'll get that taken care of. Alright, so let's check in here. Okay, we need planks, and yeah, we got planks. They were moved in a different spot in this version of the game. I had to just double take real quick. But we do have everything else with the exception of the planks, so those hopefully will come soon. That's going to be nice to get that done, and then I'm going to get rid of all of these small plank tanks. That's too many individual buildings. And, let's see, are we even using these dandelions? I know I don't want to get rid of them. And I know in Update 5, these no longer exist. So I know this mod is going to change to, not have to use dandelions, but for the time being, I think we want to keep those because as we get further along, we have to make our university. One of these things requires medicine to make, I think it's a nursing license. But we're just so far away from doing this. So I'll just kind of leave those alone for right now. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that too soon. All right, we've got 44 more planks coming. We have them in stock, so we should be good to go. Food-wise, how's this district specifically? Okay, we still aren't making enough. The rice balls seem to be... Oh, we're going through too much rice. All right, I can plant plenty more, so let's do that. I have plenty of access down here. So I'll put some there, I'll put some here, because these guys can pretty much reach all over the place. So we'll just plant all of this as rice. That should help that considerably. And berries obviously stop being as much of a problem when they can eat other things outside of just straight up berries. I know we're currently using one of these screw presses to make berry juice. Yep. Are we making screw press axles at one of these? Yep. Okay, cool. That works. Oh, this is done. Cool. This is a really interesting looking building. I appreciate it's got what looks like a some sort of a propeller in the bottom. And I guess that's like a platform they can walk in. Because it's got a door, but I don't know exactly what goes on in here. But that's a pretty thoughtfully designed thing. Alright, so that's going to be prioritized by haulers. As is this, and then all these little babies can go bye-bye. And we can do other more productive things with that space. Like, for example, detonating here. Oh, there's our drought. Alright, 6 days. Yeah, we're going to lose our power. Which currently isn't really making enough to sustain all this. And one of the things I wanted to do in this episode that I guess we have time for now that a drought's actually happened is expand our water wheel power. We do have the option to research large water wheels, but that requires a blueprint that we don't currently have, and also 1,000 science that we don't have. But we can take these regular ones, and we can just kind of continue on with this and loop these to get connected together. And then maybe start putting some of these gravity batteries in. But that's going to be kind of a long journey here. So I think what we're going to want to do is blast this square and this square out. Make a little bit of space for water flow. And then put 3 of these side by side once again. That should be a-okay. Now when we do that, right here, it's going to dead end into this path, which is also the doorway. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but we are going to connect things on this side, so that's not going to be an issue. The fun part, though, is going to be connecting everything else here. So those are gone. But that one here, we're going to give them a little bit of help with some stairs. Just to get down in the hole here. We'll build there, and there. And now what we've got to do, platforms. We've got crappy platforms because the scaffolding are apparently worth their weight in like 8 different valuable metals. Don't want to mess with that. And then we can just come in with our high power shaft. And now we have power up here, which we could either merge together or attach to a building, or create some sort of crazy network of other stuff. But I think for right now, I'll just put 4 ways on all of that. And then we'll figure out how we want to do gravity batteries. Now that we can't use buildings to transfer power infinitely, they have to actually get connected at specific places. It does make this a little challenging. In fact, our screw press, we could easily put another one of these here. If we wanted to, because there's a bunch of other things we could be making. Sunflower oil, I know, is something that's going to be important later a little bit. So I kind of do want to build a 3rd one of these, but we didn't have the power to support it. Was one of our biggest problems. But based on how this goes in the back of the building, this is actually the perfect spot for one. So I'm going to put one in here. And that should, in theory, work just fine. And don't forget, we can also build additional buildings up this way if we get rid of all of our brambles. So there's no concern about boxing ourselves in. We've actually kind of planned things. Kind of, a little bit. Doesn't mean I necessarily know what I'm doing, but I like to think that sometimes I'm capable. Alright, so we'll put those two there. That'll connect everything up, and then we should be making about 900 HP, horsepower, Hewlett-Packard's, HP Lovecraft's, Harry Potter, Honda Preludes, other things that you guys have suggested in the comments. I got a lot of these. I really do need to make a Google Drive document that people can just contribute them to. Oh, now my phone thinks I'm talking to it. Nope, not talking to you. I'm recording a YouTube video, but thanks, but no thanks. Alright, so water's coming back in about 4 days. So that is looking fine. This says... Okay, no power. We got to decide what I'm going to put in here. Sunflower oil. Oh, we already were making sunflower oil. Okay. Berry juice. And we also could make... Ooh, mushroom juice. I feel like this isn't something I'm supposed to click, so I'm not going to do that. Let's do... Do I have mushrooms? We should probably start making more mushrooms, but we could make mushroom juice, because I feel like that goes into some stuff we should be getting to. Well, it's not in the... not in any of this stuff. Mechanized kitchen house, does that have mushroom juice? I just see mushrooms. I don't see mushroom juice. Greater cooking tent. No. Well, maybe we don't want to make mushroom juice. Maybe we want to make coconut milk? Oh, no, we have to trade with the other beavers for that. Red grape juice. Do we have grapes? Decorative plants. Okay, don't care about that. Sunflowers, green peas, spannerdock, pumpkins, decorative mushrooms. Nope. So maybe we don't need one of these. Oh, they haven't started building it yet, so I guess that can go away. Well, it was an idea, all right? That's I guess that's just not going to work. Oh, I've got some more sunflower seeds to plant here. There we go. Okay, so now I have some extra space. This is surprisingly full, I think. It would be for our benefit if this medium tank was put somewhere else. What was in here? Cabbages? Yeah, we're probably never going to have actual need for cabbage storage, so that can go away. And I'm going to move this medium tank over to here. Yeah, we'll put that right there. Yeah, we'll get this built, and then I'll move that out of the way, because what we can do is we can put in more stuff to grow. In fact, I forgot to put back in the medium warehouse for the berries, because I think I had to get rid of it like 2 separate times. Ah, man. Well, that's fine. We'll get this all figured out, and everything will be a-okay. Library books. Oh, man. Oh, what fun, huh? That's ready. See, we're just moving, we're moving water storage all over the place here. Stick that there, and then this guy can go somewhere else, because this is going to be much closer. So we could actually put a couple of these giant buried tanks in if we felt so inclined. I have 31 of those blueprints, so, you know, it's got to be worth something. Now, architects' lodges. Currently making scaffoldings. We should make large water wheel blueprint. Should make one of those, but there's a considerable amount of stuff that has to be invested into that. I think we can make it happen. Just got to have Jonathan over here spend 300 hours of his life making us a blueprint for a big thing that turns. Could be worse. All right, a water there. Get rid of that there. We do have water here, so all these beavers living on this side should not have any problems with that. We'll set that to prioritize by haulers. This probably should be set to obtain. This probably should be set to supply. There we go. That works. And we've got one here as well. Should be set to obtain. So that way, all the stuff where beavers actually live will have water moved to that area, and we can just store a ton of it relatively closer to where it's actually pumped out. Hopefully that works. Alrighty, now let's see. See, I really wanted to get more food going in this episode, and I guess we've kind of done that. We haven't really branched out to do anything completely new and exciting yet. I thought I was going to be smart with this liquid mushroom whatever, but I can't do anything with that. I don't know what to do with it. Because nothing I see... Well, I also don't know what the mushroom fluid whatever looks like, because I just see sunflowers with a drop next to it. Yeah, I just don't see it. So if you know in the comments what I can do with mushroom juice, let me know. Hopefully it's not something that's a complete waste of time. But yeah, that would be an interesting thing to know. Now, large farmhouses can plant pumpkins, which apparently are good. And I can build a bunch of these. And I did say I was going to put one somewhere at some point. But it's not watertight. So I gotta decide if there's somewhere I want to be planting pumpkins. And what can you even do with pumpkins? 7 days you get 30 pumpkins? So is it like a patch? I don't know. And that's one of those things I thought about maybe putting there, but I don't think that's going to work that well. These dandelions here don't need to exist if these exist. So I think what we're going to do... I already have 20 harvested here. And these berries here probably would also be a good place to have. Oh, darn. I thought the large farmhouse might also do something like that. But let's just say sayonara to these dandelions here. Just kill them all off and do literally anything else with all this space. Like grow some more berries. Especially because our forester can plant those. Oh, there's the... Okay, I have to have a tree nursery to make grapevines, which make grapes. Blueberries. Are you serious? I have to have a tree nursery to make a blue... Are you... Come on, man. Really? How do I... What? Now, where is that building even? Is that in basic village structures? Tree nursery watertight upgrade. Is that village jobs? Oh, it's 1,000 science. Yeah, we're not doing that one. Wait, hold on. Is that... that's something that comes from the university, isn't it? That sparkly red scroll thing? Yep, that's exactly what they... Alright, well, never mind. We will not be planting blueberries. But we will be getting rid of these dandelions. Don't worry. We have some over here if we absolutely need them. I don't think we do. I can actually just leave that guy there. He'll be fine. But now let's think about our large farmhouse here. That's kind of a neat design. I think we already kind of talked about this once a little bit. But I'm going to put this in a place, I guess right here is fine. Maybe on the corner. This has quite a large range, but not all of it's available, I guess I should say. So right here is probably actually perfectly fine. Because it's going to cover most of this area. So if I put that guy here. Yep, we're going to have the fancy blueprints for large farmhouse. You know I can make 95 of these, so that's pretty cool. Spatterdocs and pumpkins, yeah. So like I said, this only plants pumpkins. We're going to plant the ever-loving, family-friendly word out of pumpkins. And see if those are actually worth having. So I don't even know what you can do with pumpkins. See, okay, so we've got, is that roasted pumpkin seeds, pumpkin pie or something, salted pumpkin? I don't know. Just having the pictures isn't giving me any ideas here, but that does seem to be the only thing you can make in a cooking tent. Cooking house does not have any pumpkin recipes. Mechanized kitchen house doesn't either. Greater cooking tent has, looks like deluxe stew. Yep, that's exactly what it says. So you need cabbage, pumpkins, mushrooms, spatterdock, which we have. Chestnuts. Really? I didn't think we had chestnuts anymore in this game. Oh, no, we definitely do. Okay, so let's plant some chestnut trees. That way this guy has something to harvest still. We'll just do that. Make sure that isn't marked for cutting, and it isn't. They're still going to take a super long time to grow. But But we can harvest some chestnuts, and I think that is a worthwhile expenditure of our time and efforts here. And then the greater cooking tent can be the next thing we get ourselves into. But we already have most of that with the exception of the peas, which I cannot plant over here, but they can... I think this can harvest the peas. Is that what we decided? Yes, it can gather them, but just cannot plant them. So this guy's not going to be able to do that over here. Sunflowers. Is it going to be worth putting another farmhouse over here? I don't think so. All right, we're waiting on logs, which we have plenty of, and metal fasteners, which we do not have plenty of. What's the holdup on these? Scrap metal, seems. All right. Put those haulers to work. Get some more scrap metal. I know we have some. We don't have a lot. We only have 32, but that is something. So let's give these guys a fighting chance and put a nice large storage pile for this set as supply. And I think I've got one in town somewhere, maybe. Okay, that's planks. I guess I should build another one of these piles. Just for now. We'll put that right here. And that can be to obtain scrap metal. Just so these guys don't have to trek all the way across the map. That should speed it up a little bit. Alright, large farmhouse. How are we looking? Still waiting on the metal fasteners? Okay, understandable. But we gotta get in on this with the pumpkins. Got us just start planting an unreasonable amount of pumpkins. Okay, and the giant buried tanks. I have more blueprints, but I have to blast out something to hold them, and I don't think it's going to play nice with me here. So, yep, that's not going to fit. I guess what we'll do. That's a shame. Because I really shouldn't move this. So I want to put another thing here, but I guess I'm not going to do that. Not right now, at least. I will put this here. And I guess we could just get rid of that guy. Yeah, look at us. We're moving we're moving our tanks around. That's all we're doing today is just moving water and resources to other spots. This needs to be set to... Please don't crash. Thank you. Prioritized by haulers, as does this. And then these guys hopefully can just, get metal and not have to worry about it. Alright, so now we're planting pumpkins. Oh, look at those vines. Look how lovely that is. I wonder if this is... Is this going to fit? Because it's 4. They planted this one like that. Is this just not wide enough? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, I guess this should have been 6. It should have been 6 wide. Well, we'll get it figured out. Each one of these gives us 30 pumpkins, so I think we might be okay. Might be slightly overdoing it. But that's fine. We've got chestnut trees. So I guess our future of having more diverse food stocks is on its way to being well in hand. I wouldn't say we have it under control yet, but stuff is advancing. Looking pretty good in the process. This is also just a really cool looking building. Really like that design. Alright, so what else? What else should we accomplish before we say goodbye for today? And what are you complaining about, my friend? We got lumberjacks not able to lumberjack anymore. Oh, we have a pretty good amount of mushrooms, so I guess I don't need to bake another one of those. Braised cabbage seems to be working well with the mushrooms we've got. Takes an hour to make 1 unit. So that's good to see. We need storage for braised cabbage. Metal fasteners, I guess. Regular cabbage, bramble flowers. Let's put in another warehouse just for foods. We got some beavers living down here. Got a bunch of others living up here. So why don't we just make a little storage here? Where's my braised cabbage? Is that this? Yes. We'll just have that storage go up there. That should be fine. Give these guys a little bit of a chance here. Alright, and I think food-wise, we're probably now actually at the spot where we can turn the library back on. Except now, I don't have enough beavers. I know the irony. I don't have enough beavers to make this work. So I'm going to build another level of our pit and ladder lodge after I get rid of the path here. Pass-through lodge. Okay, no, that's not what we want. I need this guy right here. That'll give us 6 more beavers and 2 more jobs for haulers, which, you know, we need. And can I plant some more cabbages here? That's what I was originally going to do in the first place. Look at our pumpkins. Look at our pumpkins. Can they actually eat the pumpkins raw? I don't think they can. I think it has to be turned into food. But our cooking tent, I guess I could have... I don't want to take up any more space over here that I don't necessarily have to. Although I guess if the pumpkins are going to be like that, then, you know, maybe it's not such a bad idea. So I could put a cooking tent here for pumpkin chips. That's what it is. We'll put 2 of those in. Little path. And then the recipe for pumpkin chips requires... yep, we got sunflower oil and salt. So I guess... yeah, this is going to get moved. But I'm going to put this medium tank right next to it. That can have sunflower oil. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where's my sun? There it is. And that can be a storage for that, for this purpose. And then, yeah, we need salt. So we're going to have some pretty crappy warehouses put in here. Or, I guess, long, tiny piles. 40 capacity. This one's 20. 80 I'm not going to have room for. If it's the same for everybody else, I guess I'll just do this. Just put 3 of these here for salt. There we go. We'll have some nice pumpkin chips. So that's a fun thing. We should have those in another couple of days in-game. Probably about the time I'm going to be ready for this episode to be finished. So that's something fun to look forward to. Get that taken care of nicely. Those are both set correctly. All right, you know, we're making progress here. Making some nice progress. In fact, I kind of want to, since this is no longer really that big of a concern, I kind of want to just replace these regular lodges with these pit and ladder ones because, well, the tower segment employs 2 haulers. I think I want to do that. Do I have primitive dams? Do I have enough stuff to do those? Yeah, it's these metal fasteners that are the problem. However, this is all the same level anyway, so these dams don't really serve that much of a purpose. The biggest problem is that this is going to get rid of the bridge, which we would have to rebuild because there's not currently any other way for them to get around. Do I have an actual path underwater here? No, but I could. I could very easily have another path. So I think that's going to be what we're going to want to do. I will wait for the beavers to go to bed before I get rid of all this, because who knows what kind of chaos this is going to cause. Oh, well, I guess they're just not going to go to bed. So let's pause this. Get rid of the path, get rid of that, 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 get rid of that. Say that 5 times fast. So now, I love that this the water is just kind of, you know, not there. So, I could actually just, you know, completely take this dam out, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. I don't think we're going to be able to pump enough water out during a drought to actually affect the well-being of any of the crops up here. So, you know what? Let's just YOLO it. Get rid of that. Just put in regular stairs here, and then connect path here and here. Plant some more rice here and here. Prioritize that here and here. And then you're done. Except now these guys aren't connected. Oh no, life is ending. They'll be fine. They'll get this put in place in just a little bit here. And we should be good. How much power are we making? I didn't check. 698 out of 450. Nice. So that's good. We just need to, at some point in the future, have this hooked up to gravity batteries, and we'll be in pretty good shape. But for right now, it seems to be working fantastically. 89, 76, 139, 134, 136, 125. So I think, yeah, we just want to keep blasting this out. I think is going to be our goal here, to try and get more water flow in this general direction. Very good. And the stairs are back in place. Buildings are connected. This just has to be put in. And we have all these resources to harvest here. Hopefully, it doesn't end up drying out, but I don't think it will. Don't think we're going to have that problem. Okay, we're 23% of the way. And now Hoffmeister's in here making our blueprints. So this definitely is not going to be done today, but once it is, we'll send it over to the copyist lodge, who's currently making comic books. Oh, we need comic book storage. I guess that's something I can put up here. Warehouses, yeah, medium-sized warehouse completely stuffed to the gills with comic books. There you go. I don't know, make the Nerdy Beavers a manga cafe or something. Actually sounds kind of nice. All right, we've got pumpkins yet? Not quite. Not quite. We've got a couple more days. I thought we were a bit further along than this, but we're only at 49%. Yeah, only 49%. So let's just put those other 2 bits there. I'll have this path come along this way just in case. And now we're just waiting on the pumpkins. They're in the process of getting the rest of this. Metal fasteners seem to be kind of a sticking point, but we have extra anvils. We have at least. Oh, we did. Did they use it somewhere? There was one sitting right here. Did I get rid of it? I actually don't know. Huh. Well, now I gotta think about, like, how did that even happen? Okay, where's my primitive iron? I can never remember where anything is in this. Village jobs? Oh no, that's the mine. Okay. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it needs the anvil, but where's my anvil? What happened to it? It was right here at the beginning of this episode. And I didn't build anything that would have consumed it. It's very strange. Very, very strange. In fact, I don't even have any more metal blocks. What's the recipe for okay, yeah, we weren't going to make one of those today anyway. Huh. So if you know where my anvil went, please tell me, because I have no clue what happened. Absolutely no idea. All right, 61%. We'll come back and check on that in a second here. How are we doing over here in Bramble Dam? Things still looking good? It seems to be actually working out pretty well. We've got a pretty stable supply of food. Water's looking good as well, and we have small clay pots. So, you know, I think these guys are doing just fine. No complaints there. But yeah, we've gotten some pretty good stuff done today. Lots of nice improvements. Kind of stabilizing our food supply to a certain extent. I think the pumpkin chips are really going to help with that. Once we actually have all of this stuff taken care of. Because we are just waiting on the pumpkins and the sunflower oil. We already have a decent bit of salt actually brought in over here. I'll just make that one set to obtain permanently. Yeah, so that's what we'll do, is we'll hold on, we'll wait to see what happens when these pumpkins get harvested, and then at that point we'll end this episode. It's a little bit longer than what I would like, but I do think it's important to have that in place as a good stopping point. And then I can say, hey, we fixed our food problems in the title and that not be clickbait. So other things that we probably could consider starting again would be the library, but not right now. We don't have enough beavers quite yet. We've got to get some more pit and ladder lodges put in because I deleted those other ones. Now we're actually still in a deficit. So the tower segment is going to go here. That's going to be 6 more inhabitants, 2 more haulers. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more of these in. That actually looks pretty cool. We haven't been building very vertically either, which I know is something that's very important to this mod. I just never do it because that's not how I've been programmed to play the game, but I think it's going to be a fun challenge to try and do that, especially over here in this industrial area. We don't have the vertical power shafts. I probably should install that mod. It does work with the water beavers, but I was trying to do as few mods as possible. But we might end up putting that in just so I can have these stackable a little bit better. There's plenty more stuff we can get ourselves into. We're making more power than we're using. Especially once I get rid of those. This should speed up. Maybe not because the water is more spread out. Well, I thought that was going to help. It's still marginally higher, so I guess that was a smart idea. We'll get it figured out. Can put stuff here and kind of straighten this, but that is a long time coming. It looks like we're getting pretty close. We got about 1. Ah, they can be eaten raw. Well, that's even better. That's even more of a quality food source for our beavers. That's cool. So yeah, there we go. This is episode 10 of this series. We've been playing this for about 2 months. Maybe close to 3 at this point. Maybe 2.5. Probably closer to 3 because I know when Update 5 came out, I kind of put everything on the back burner to focus on that. But that ended up being a very good move because those videos have done extremely well. The support's been fantastic. Support on these has been great too. First couple episodes of this series, at the time I put them up, were some of the quickest view getters in the channel's history. So I really appreciate the support on all of this stuff. And I hope this is still interesting. I know we're 10 episodes in, and it doesn't really feel like we've done too much. Some people that are more familiar with the mod than I am estimate that we're about 20 to 25% of the way through in terms of the tech tree that doesn't really formally exist. But in terms of stuff that we've done, we're about a quarter of the way through. And I think now that we have food stabilized a little bit better, we should see progress start to speed up a little bit. So do let me know your thoughts and feedback on this series. It's a whole lot of fun. Very complicated and really completely different from a lot of what Timberborn is, but I think it's a fun challenge to try and figure out all this other stuff. And I am really look forward to what we have coming next, because there's plenty more to get into, like I was just saying. I guess I could just leave this up so I could watch the percentage on that. But yeah, now that the Update 5 stuff is pretty much firmly under control, I think we can start thinking about putting this series back into rotation for 2 videos a week. So if you'd like to see 2 of these a week, let me know in the comments, or just really any of your other thoughts or feelings about this stuff, because I do read all of them, and it's the best way for you to let me know what you want to see, when you want to see it, and all of your other thoughts about everything here on the channel. I very much appreciate you and all of your enthusiasm and support for all these things, as well as the Beard Boosters making everything possible with their fantastic support every month. So if you want more information on that stuff, there's links in the description. But of course, if you don't want to, that's fine as well. I'm just glad that you're here and glad that we get to spend a little bit of time together playing these games and enjoying each other's company. So that being said, we're just about done growing our first few pumpkins. So that is going to be it for today. Don't forget, tomorrow we have more of our Folktales series, continuing our mega huge water wheel water management dam system that I don't have a cool name for yet. But that's going to be coming tomorrow. And then, of course, on Friday, we return to the Update 5 series. That'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, unless you guys say you really want to see another episode of Water Beavers on Monday. Right now, Monday's going to be another update 5. So do let me know if you want to see more of this and go back to twice a week, because I'm happy to accommodate, because you guys are the ones that watch the videos. But yep, that is just about it. We've got 99% here on the pumpkins. Got 100%. Look at these things. Let's pause real quick. Look at the art on this. That is really cool. Looks fantastic. And I'm actually going to get a... I think I want to get a picture of these pumpkins so I could use that as a thumbnail. That just looks really, really nice. Let's get ourselves a nice angle here. There we go. I think this will work just fine. All right, so there is that. I might do another one slightly moved over so I don't have the farmhouse clipped out of the shot by the episode number. But there you go. We got pumpkins. And boy, do we. They all came in at the same time. But now the beavers will be able to eat those, and they'll be able to start making pumpkin chips. If I click on the correct thing, yep, there we go, just waiting on the pumpkins. And they should be going in, and they are. Yeah, there we go. 1 hour, 10 pumpkin chips. Look at us, we got pumpkin chips. So now we really are fixing all of our food problems. That is excellent, fantastic, very good to see it. But that is where we're going to leave it today. We'll pick back up either next Wednesday or next Monday, depending on how many people want to see these on Monday versus how loud the Update 5 people are about possibly losing one of the days of that series. But really appreciate you once again. Have a fantastic rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.